So guess what? Somebody quit over at the MSNBC.
Yes.
Some personal news why I'm now leaving MSNBC. It's not the optimal time for change, but the time doesn't feel optional anymore. So there she is. Ariane Picari is a producer at MSNBC, where she has become an integral member for a primetime hour hosted by Lawrence O'Donnell. Her broadcast career began in 2002 at NPR, where she assisted the ombudsman to assess editorial content. Oh, I would love to be an ombudsman. July 24th was my last day at MSNBC. I simply couldn't stay there anymore. The problem is the job itself. It forces skilled journalists to make bad decisions on a daily basis. So the bad decision, I'm just going to guess, the bad decision is when you decide to take the $7 million and do shitty news. When you decide to bite your tongue. When you decide to push an evidence-free conspiracy theory because it favors your bosses and the establishment and Democratic Party. Well, let's see. You may not watch MSNBC, but just know that this problem still affects you too. All the commercial networks function the same. They take money from the people they're supposed to be reporting on, and then they don't do any reporting on them. Okay. It's taboo to discuss how the rating scheme distorts content. Do you remember Ted Koppel? I was going to go look at this video, but it's on my old computer, which is broken, which I left out in the rain. So the video I was just about to go grab was a video of Ted Koppel in a symposium somewhere in front of a bunch of room full of people, telling the media critic from CNN, Brian Stelter, he said that you love Donald Trump. What were your ratings before Trump, and what are your ratings now? Ha. And Stelter said, it doesn't matter if our ratings are down 50%, 30%. It doesn't matter. And everyone laughed at him. Because that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters is ratings. It's taboo to discuss how the rating scheme distorts content, or it's simply taken for granted. Because everyone in the commercial broadcast news industry is doing the exact same thing. And that's why we're here. And that's why it's crazy that YouTube favors establishment media, because they're horrible. And someone from the inside is telling you they're all horrible. Just like Chomsky pointed out in Manufacturing Consent, they're manufacturing consent. They're not bringing you the news. We are a cancer and there is no cure. A successful and insightful TV veteran said to me. We, meaning the news people. They're the cancer. But if you could find a cure, it would change the world. This cancer risks our democracy even in the middle of a presidential election. Any discussion about the election usually focuses on Donald Trump, not Joe Biden. A repeat offense from 2016. This is from the producer from the Lawrence O'Donnell Show. Context and factual data are often considered too cumbersome for the audience. Another hard truth is that it is the job of journalists to teach and inform. Occasionally, producers will choose to do a topic or story without regard for how they think it will rate. But that is the exception, not the rule. You know, like when Chris Hayes talks about Gaza for approximately 3 minutes in 2 years. Like that. Yeah, the exception. Due to the simple structure of the industry, the desire to charge more money for commercials, as well as the ratings bonuses that top-tier decision makers earn, they always relapse into their old profitable programming habits. Nearly every rundown at the network basically is the same, hour after hour. Isn't it weird that Chris Hayes covers the exact same things? Rachel Maddow covers the exact same things. Ari Melber covers the exact same things. Ari, what's that guy? Whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying. They use the subjective nature of the news to justify economically beneficial decisions. I've even heard producers deny their role as journalists. So what I'm to read there is that they do mental gymnastics to allow themselves to put money over news every time. So they do mental gymnastics. And then even the producers go, I'm not a journalist. I'm producing a TV show. That's what I hear. I'm producing a TV. We're doing entertainment. That's what I hear. I've heard producers deny their role as journalists. We're not journalism. We're selling soap. A senior producer said, our viewers don't really consider us the news. They come to us for comfort, and that is a fact. I know smarty pants people in Hollywood, blue check Hollywood comedy world, who years ago admitted on stage they go to watch like Rachel Maddow. She has, just tell me something bad about Donald Trump. I don't care what it is. And so now you know you're not better than the people you claim to not like. The ignoramuses you claim to not like. You're just on a different team. You're just on a different team of dummies. Ignorant on purpose. And my blue check comedy Hollywood friends they're not catching on. They weren't like, oh yeah, it's fucked up. Look at what they're doing. Joe Biden? Jesus Christ, he's the reason we got Donald Trump. I know. They're not doing that. So here we go. So before, the last time this happened was a guy at NBC News who we ended up meeting, and I'm blanking on his name. And he quit NBC News because they don't report. He thought he was there to report on the war and foreign policy. And story after story, he wasn't allowed to tell the truth about it. So he made a big stink and he left. What the hell we did a video about him.
I know.
Check.
William Arkin.
Right?
Yes, and that video was from January 4th, 2019. Reporter quits over NBC's devotion to war. It has over 245,000.
245,000 views?
Mm-hmm.
So one person in all of television news comes out and says that. One person. Isn't that funny? And as Aaron Matei will tell me over and over, yeah, people have bills to pay, Jimmy. That's why news sucks. That's why it's hard to do real journalism that goes against the establishment narrative, because there's only 6 companies. And I am hated by the establishment. Hated by the establishment. Why? Because I do better news than they do. Because I show how easy it is to actually do journalism. Because I've been scooping them for fucking 5 years. That's why. Could you imagine being in journalism, going along with Russiagate for 4 years, and then pointing your finger and wagging your finger at anybody else? Oh, Fox, Sean Hannity somehow worse than you? If you did Russiagate, you are no better than anyone. You are the moral superior of no one. If you did Russiagate and you wag your finger at Donald Trump or Fox News, you're in the nicest way, you're just a dumb hypocrite. That's the nicest way I could say it. You're an ignorant hypocrite on purpose. So that's why the establishment, and especially the Democratic establishment, AOC came on my show and immediately was told, you can never fucking do that again. And she has not come back on the show. She wouldn't even return an email. Same thing with Cori Bush. Cori Bush, we were the first ones to have Cori Bush on. And Cori Bush stopped. And as soon as she got the finger wagging from the Democratic Party, you do not go on Jimmy Dore show. That was it. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Believe me. The fact that one of the sweetest things was someone telling me that Jimmy, if I get seated at Jimmy Dore show, my career at the Democratic Party is over. Hey everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.